Hello and welcome to the Backing Up to S3 with NetBackup 7.7 test drive, hosted by Amazon Web Services, or AWS. My name is Dave Little, and I am a Senior Distinguished Architect and a NetBackup Product Specialist. I am part of the Technical Sales and Services here at Veritas. We are preparing a test drive for you that will show you how to use NetBackup to protect workloads in AWS EC2 and to move the backup images to AWS S3 using our NetBackup S3 connector. For almost 2 decades, NetBackup has been the industry standard for enterprise backup and recovery. And this is because of its comprehensive integration, extensive scalability, and operational efficiency. If you are unfamiliar with NetBackup, then I suggest you first take the Semantic NetBackup Platform test drive. This test drive will give you an introduction to NetBackup and explain the basics of the product. Many people are looking to the cloud storage as a replacement for tape as the repository for their backup data. NetBackup 7.7 gives you the ability to back up directly to cloud storage, such as AWS S3, or to back up to local disk for faster restores, and also move a copy of the data to S3 for longer retention. This data can be workloads in your data center or workloads running in the cloud like in EC2. Our 3-tiered software architecture includes a client component that gathers up consistent copies of the data on the application systems, a media server layer that acts as a data mover and manages the I/O on the disk or tape storage resources, and a master server that tracks metadata on all the assets under protection of NetBackup. For this test drive, we have configured a single system in EC2 that has both a master server and a media server. It will be backing up to data to S3 via the NetBackup S3 connector. There are 2 clients, 1 Windows and 1 Linux. We have configured a NetBackup cloud storage server to allow us to send that data directly to S3. The lab guide and videos that accompany this test drive show all the steps required to install NetBackup and to configure this cloud storage server. For the purpose of this test drive, we have configured a NetBackup policy to back up each of those clients. The NetBackup policy is the way NetBackup defines the clients that are to be protected, what data is to be protected, when it is to be backed up, and where the data is to be stored. We have configured an initial full backup that is scheduled to begin right away, and it might be finished by the time you're logged in. There are also configured incremental backups, which will make backup copies of any data that has been changed or added since the last full backup. These incremental backups are scheduled to run every hour for demo purposes. The lab guide will show you all the steps that were involved in the setup of these policies, along with the login information, so that you can look around and play a little bit. While this test drive is backing up a workload in EC2 directly to S3, NetBackup can also back up data in your data center directly to S3, or backup data to an on-prem disk and then copy that data to S3. Here are samples of those use cases. NetBackup can leverage the accelerator technology when backing up directly to S3. Accelerator reduces backup times from hours to minutes by limiting backups to changed blocks and then combining them with previous backup data to produce synthetic full backups. If you are interested in more information concerning the accelerator feature, you can go to www.symantec.com/netbackup. On this page, there is a selection for videos, and one of the videos is for accelerator. The link to the accelerator video is also included as part of the additional resources for this test drive. Thank you for participating in this test drive. We hope you enjoy it and find it useful.